Back to First Take. As we ramp up toward the start of the NFL season, we thought it would be a good time to evaluate the NFC contenders. So, Kevin, take it away with your tiers of NFC contenders.
You know, guys, I hate doing this because fans like to see what happens in the NFL season. This is a spoiler. I'm just telling you what's going to happen early in August. It ruins. It's like when you tell everybody what's going to happen in a show. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to tell you what's about to unfold in the next couple of months here in the NFL. So we're going to do Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. We're going to start with Tier 3. These are the question marks. We talked about this a little bit earlier. With the Bears, I do think they're on the contender tier. That's why they're here. But questions about their pass rush, questions about their offensive line, which we've been talking about all morning. So questions here, but I understand the pathway. Caleb Williams is a superstar. Ben Johnson, one of the best coaches in the league. Vikings here. We talked about it. Kyler Murray needs to play good, not great. He's got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, a defense that's going to give him most pressures in the league. Things are going to be fine there. I just need to see more. San Francisco, questions abound. Injury, distractions, older roster, aging roster, expensive roster, substation. I don't know what the heck's going on over there. They're in Tier 3 for me. Let's reveal Tier 2. There we go.
There we are.
All right, so I feel great about all of these teams. There may be just one question away. With Green Bay, does Micah Parsons come back as himself? He's ready to play in November, and he looks like the kind of guy that changes the entire gravity of a football field. We're going to move them up a tier. Detroit Lions, I think their offensive line is going to be better. And if they're healthy in the defensive backfield, they would move up here. This Cowboys team, if they have the 13th or 14th best defense in football, they move up here. With Quinnen Williams, with Caleb Downs, there's a very, very easy pathway there to move up here. This Bucs team, a lot of questions last year. Their defensive effort, yards after catch, tackling, very simple things you can clean up. Reuben Bain changes that. Josiah Trotter changes that. Todd Bowles scheming it up changes that. They could easily move up here. Now let me show you who is up here. So, first of all, if we're just doing the entire NFL for tiers and contenders, this might be it. Because the NFC champion, to me, probably wins the Super Bowl on ESPN in LA in just a couple months. But let's go through it. With the LA Rams, we know this. They're going to be on anybody's contender tier. The Seattle Seahawks, probably the most disrespected Super Bowl champion in a decade since the Peyton Manning Broncos. I think the Giants are on that list in 11 and 2007. People, they win the Super Bowl, and the Monday after, we just start talking about 31 other teams. Nobody cares they won the Super Bowl. They know that. They're pissed off about it. Speaking of pissed off, this team right here, still one of the most talented rosters in the league. And by the way, I don't think 1 through 46, as far as active on game day, I don't think there's a huge difference between the talent level here and the talent level here. I think we're starting to talk about how much more talented they are than every other team. I think this roster is going to have a lot to say about that. When you look at how many guys, just do an exercise here. How many guys on this roster would be the second best player on some of these contenders, right? We keep talking about Super Bowl contenders and all this stuff. How many teams would Quinyon Mitchell be the second best player? Jalen Carter, Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, on teams we're talking about can win the Super Bowl. This is a deep team. Jalen Hurts can play like an MVP. I like the new offense. These are my top contenders in the NFC.
Reactions, Doggy, go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a major problem with it. I don't know about the Eagles. I don't know if I put them on the top tier. The two I have a problem with, well, three.
Whoa.
I'm not putting the Bucs on tier. I'm not putting the Bucs on tier 2. The team was 6-2 last year and did not make the playoffs.
Okay.
6-2. They got a lame duck coach. Who knows on Mayfield? This is the last one for them. They are not. If they don't do it this year, they're all out. That Glazer family is going to move. I don't care how good Reuben Bain is. I'm not putting anybody from the NFC South in tier 2. Now, that's the one thing I wouldn't do. I'd put San Francisco up one notch at least.
Despite the substation. Okay.
You know why? I'm going to bet on winning culture. You know, Bosa, Kittle, Shanahan, the quarterback's pretty good. Warner, they got a winning culture in that franchise. They figure out a way. I have a lot of faith in Lynch, too. So I'm going to put the Niners ahead, and I'll put Tampa down. And what we said in our first hour, Lewis, I'm not putting the Vikings with Kyle, I'm not putting them third, not with that quarterback. Not me. Look at all these other quarterbacks you got on the list. Stafford, Darnold won a Super Bowl. Hurts won a Super Bowl. Prescott's good. You love Goff. Love elite. Williams is good. I mean, he's
so you're saying you would take Minnesota off of this?
Yes, I would.
Who would you put on?
No tier?
Well, I got to put in another team.
Who would you put in there?
But I'm putting San Francisco up 1.
And
So if I
moving the
take
Bucks
Minnesota
down.
off, I got to put a team in, right?
You're throwing NFC East.
Who am I? Yeah, I mean,
Commanders, you could throw
I
the
guess you're
Commanders,
right.
Giants.
If you're insisting, I can't put an NFC South team.
Yeah, you hate the NFC
hate-
South.
yeah.
I can't
That's
do that.
fair. Yes.
I can't put Arizona in there. You got the 3 NFC West. You got the Bears, Packers, and Lions. And I'm not putting a Giant. You know what? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put Washington in there.
There you go.
Would you really?
Okay.
Because of Daniels.
You put Washington
Because
in
of the quarterback. I love
put
that
Washington
quarterback.
in before
Quarterback.
you would put the Giants in.
Yes, I would because of the
I agree
quarterback.
with that.
No, that's, you know what? Hey, look, you're not going to find a bigger Jaden Daniels fan than me. So, look, I'm not going to argue with you. Look, what's interesting here is, look, we're going off of the fact we're banking on the fact that this new offensive system takes hold. That Jalen gets comfortable with it. That Mekhi Lemon gets healthy and he's on the football field. Devontae is going to be Devontae. Okay, he's going to do his part. Is he going to have any help? Is he going to have enough help? Is the offensive line going to stay healthy? If this group of 5 stays healthy on this offensive line, it's one of the top 2 or 3 in all of football. But that's the big question there. This team, look, I know that you talked about these two, Kev, and you kind of like, I know you talked about them, but you were still talking
you're
about
guilty.
these two.
They just won the Super Bowl.
But you know what? This team is still as strong as can be. You want to talk about great winning culture. If you listen to Mike McDonald talk,
Yeah.
if you listen to Leonard Williams talk about how much this team loves one another, have you listened to Sam Darnold talk about how Brian Fleury has come in here and he's picked right up where Clint left off? This team is going to be legit. I know that America overall hates to hear this because they hate this team. They hate how much we cover it. This is the team to watch. Legitimately to watch. Okay, offensive line, tackle situation. Let's just assume that it holds up. Let's assume that Javonte Williams, that Jaden Blue can become a dependable number 2. They are going to score points. I'm not worried about that in the least. Caleb Downs, Jayshon Barham, Quinnen Williams, right down the middle of this defense. DeMarvion Overshown stays healthy. Christian Parker has some stuff to work. Have you watched how this team has flown around on defense in the preseason? They're gonna be top half.
Oh.
They're gonna be top half. This team could rise.
Right. Okay. How far? What is the Cowboys' ceiling?
I think the Cowboys could challenge for supremacy.
I'm with you.
They could challenge for, and that's not just let's just talk about the Cowboys because everybody wants. That's legit. They could rise to challenge for supremacy. The line between these two is going to be very, very narrow. And to me, it's about, hey, look, there's a lot of things that right now that you're going to assume are going to go right in Philadelphia because Philadelphia is Philadelphia, right? And Jalen has been a fantastic quarterback. There's a lot of change going on there right now that you just can't automatically assume is going to take hold and continue to propel them the way it's done in the past. Whereas here, this team is on the rise now. They're on the rise.
What do you guys think about that?
I would say this is the team that is most likely to be up here at the end of the season, if I had to guess.
And you can hate it all you want, but you're going to have to accept it.
Let me throw Vegas in for a second. I think it's the best buy of the whole tournament.
Okay.
Over/under 9.5.
Go over. Yeah.
They're going to win. They're winning 10 games.
I agree.
They're winning 10 games.
I agree.
They're winning 10 games. My thing just.
Dog, you talking great about the Cowboys.
I got you.
That is Mike's
Your mic just could not take us giving compliments to the Cowboys.
You're probably right, but take them over 9.5.
Okay.
You agree, Lewis?
I agree.
Kevin, you agree?
Absolutely.
Yes. We all are in agreement. Watch out for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, let's